In this episode of Detroit Performs, a Broadway and West End performer lends an ear to a youth theater company. A dance studio teaches with a hip-hop twist. And a Filipino-American dance company keeps traditions alive. It's all ahead on this edition of Detroit Performs.
Funding for Detroit Performs is provided by Masco Corporation is proud to manufacture innovative and environmentally friendly products for the home. Delta faucets, craft-made in Merillat cabinets, and Behr brand paints have all been designed with you in mind. Masco and its family of companies, serving Michigan communities since 1929. Funding is also provided by the Michigan Council for Arts and Cultural Affairs and the National Endowment for the Arts, and by contributions to your PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you.
Hello and welcome to Detroit Performs. I'm your host, DJ Oliver, and today I'm at the Players Playhouse in Detroit, which is filled with some historic art from Corrado Perducci's gargoyles to the 6 Art Deco murals on tapestry in this great hall. I'll be going around this site throughout the show. But right now though, let's check out how Cabaret 313 collaborated with Mosaic Youth Theater to have Broadway and West End performer Alexandra Silber teach a masterclass.
I don't need you to love me. I fully believe that music and art in general has the ability to transcend all language, all religion, and things of that nature. I don't need you to love.
For those couple of hours on stage, you want to actually convincingly live as that person. And in order for that to happen, you have to leave no stone unturned. It's the definition of Me Too, right? Where you look at a performer, you look at a poem, you hear a song, and you go, me too, that's my life too. I knew that I always wanted to be an artist. I always knew that I was a creative being and that I wanted to make art and performance and creation my life's work. And the most important thing that I want to do is make sure that we feel like we're really connecting to the materials. When I work with young people, and when I even just, when I started to grow up around people around me, you start to realize how fortunate you are to be so focused and so deeply know what you want from your life and from the world. I was so fortunate to be invited to come home by Alan Nachman at Cabaret 313, which is this wonderful, exciting performance venue that's bringing world-class cabaret to Detroit. And partnering with them in this experience is having their artists that perform come and work with the students at Mosaic and bring their knowledge and their experience to these, hungry, talented, enthusiastic kids right here in Detroit. And it's, of course, extra special for me because I'm from Detroit. And so what we're doing today is we're celebrating the fact that you can tell stories in the way that dancers tell stories through dance, right? We can tell stories through song.
Mosaic Youth Theater, it has touched so many people, including myself. Every time I get a chance, I want to better my craft. There's harmony, logic, you listen to these, you don't hear his doubts or his debts or disease. Every day is an audition, so every day I am trying to improve my skill, I am trying to make connections with others, not only to be able to network, but to be able to share my passion for the performing arts with others as well.
So you rock that recital and get into Yale, so you won't feel so sick and you won't look so pale.
You rocked it, girl. Yay! I think I'm just looking forward to really connecting with them, to really indulge in connecting deeply with people, particularly young people, for an hour or so is such a rare opportunity for not only them, but for me. And you know, I'm not only looking forward to passing things on that I know and I think are important, but frankly, I'm excited to learn from them because they know things that I don't know. So it's a very symbiotic relationship. What is this song spiritually about? And if you could boil it down, this is the little technique I like to use for this. If you could boil it down to 3 words, what would it be?
Love yourself.
Ooh, Monique, that's good. I think the most important thing I like to always start with is to make the young artists feel that the work is accessible to them. If you can recall the memory of the moment you were brave and courageous, could you, if you really close your eyes, can you feel that in your body? Do you remember where it hit you? Mm-hmm. Where is it?
Right in my heart.
Right there, right? Mm-hmm. So I want you to wail from that place of knowing what you're worth. Okay. And then on a practical level, I want them to see that the songs that they're singing and the lessons that you can take from performing arts are really about connecting to your human specificity, to their stories, relating the material back to who they are, and then contributing that and serving the stories of the characters. She was using her pain, her experiences, her knowledge of these feelings, and serving this song so that we could feel it with her. Does that make sense? I'm really a big proponent of the concept that the arts are a service industry. We are serving the characters, serving the creators, and serving the audience. And we have somebody to touch out there. Somebody else needs to hear this, right? Mm-hmm. I hope to translate those lessons to the students today by showing them that being a performing artist is more than just about the performing and the rewards of performing. They have to be there for more than just the applause, that the glory has to come from within, from the self-satisfaction of a job well done, and also hopefully to get them excited about the possibilities of, you know, really imparting the importance of curiosity. That little Christmas light we all got inside us, that little spark or something, right? Nobody's gonna tell you it's there. You gotta tell yourself.
I really do hope to gain a more confidence within myself in terms of my performance presence. I'll be performing everything else from the musical Next to Normal. My character is trying to find her way within life. She's trying to get out of the house because her mother has this mental disorder and she feels like her family doesn't really understand her. And so she's playing the piano and she's saying that everything else goes away when she's fully involved within the music.
And everything else goes away. Everything else goes away.
Self-actualization and self-awareness, you know, can always cross over into something that becomes self-involvement. And what I want and what I think is really crucial about artists is to realize who you are, know what you believe in, know what you stand for, know what you stand against, and serve the art form.
If I hadn't believed in you,
Make sure she hears this.
I wouldn't have loved you at all.
And go. I know that I end my days and begin them with gratitude and excitement for what's next. And I think that's what I hope to pass on, to really remind them that success is not about what you do or where you do it or how much you're paid to do it. It's about how you feel about what you do. And I think if they can walk out of here knowing that, remembering that, the future's going to be pretty bright. Serve the truth. Connect with other people by being brave enough to be this vulnerable, okay? And be the best ambassadors of yourself, of your family, of your city, of each other that you can possibly be. I want the kids to walk out feeling inspired, capable, proud, that anything is possible, and that their spirits can't be dampened. I want them to walk out of here feeling like they have all the skills inside them to contribute, to make great art, to be great citizens of the world, and to be proud to be from Detroit. Keep going, babe. And none of you hide your light, yeah? That was so good. I'm so proud of you.
You can find out more about Alexandra Silber, as well as all the artists we feature on DetroitPerforms.org. FDX Pure Soul is creating a hip-hop flavored dance experience in the Livonia studio. Take a look.
I get to be happy when I dance. It just makes me smile.
FDX is awesome.
Our sign says a hip-hop flavored dance experience because it is an experience. It's more than just a dance studio. It's a family. This is our dance studio home. I've owned a dance studio before called FDX, which was for Freedom Dance Expressions. And we were in business from 1996 until 2009. And I didn't think I was ever gonna do it again until my daughter needed me. When I'm training a dancer, there's this thing that I call like it. It's a feeling. If I'm looking at a dancer and I get like a chill, and when she was dancing with another school, I didn't feel anything from any of the dancers, and I definitely didn't feel it from her. And I'm like, well, if I know that that's in you, I need to find a place to bring it out of you. And so it was a no-brainer. I saw this place, and the vision was open up your school again. And so I shortened the name to FDX, and then I added the Pure Soul, which is about just dancing from your heart, doing what feels good to you, and taking it to the feet and putting it on the stage. Our mission is to allow students to come in ages 18 months through adult and to explore ballet, tap, jazz, modern, hip hop. We have some liturgical classes, and we also have some stretching and toning and tumbling classes, kind of on your own, at your own pace. It's not an intimidating environment.
You chasse from there. You shimmy your shoulders. Tiana, look at me. Shimmy, sit.
I'm looking for the teachers that can connect to what we're doing and just kind of fit in as part of the family.
So when you go this way, right, left, right, pop, keep going, go that way, go off stage.
I give them free rein to do them. I do observations on my teachers, I do give them feedback, but I want them to explore their own style.
Let's go into this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
We might all teach ballet, but my ballet might start off with a Tupac song or an old school Biggie song, teaching you some technique, whereas Miss Cairo will come in with her classical rendition of ballet. So it's just exploring those traditional styles of dance, but with a twist, with the hip hop flavor twist to it.
Good morning, sunshines. How are ya? Come on in, let's get started.
The teachers help us with it. If we have questions.
Step. Pull. I want that pull clean. 5, 6, 7, 8.
They push you to be better. Like, if you don't know something or if you can't get it at first, they're not just like, oh, let's change it. They'll like help you get it better so then you can actually do it.
Plie, pas de chat, hooray. Slow down, face each other, grand plie.
Terminology is the basis of all dance. You should be able to go to any dance studio with the terminology and the basics that you've learned and jump right in. If you can't leave here with some basic shuffles and hops and tendus and plies and go to another school and a teacher calls that out to you, we haven't done our job.
Arch back, kick, chasse, step, leap. And if something happens right here that you guys didn't do.
If you want to be like a dancer in college or something, you won't really know like what to do because they'll be naming out stuff and you'll just kind of struggle.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Jump back.
My technique has gotten better. I can be myself more, and it's like very open. Like everybody gets along, and there's not really anything going on. It's just we all have fun together.
I get to transfer my creativity into another person and watch it become even bigger than this thing that I had inside of me. And when I give it to them and I see them do it and I watch them blossom in this image that I had, and I see them grow in it, and they see me get excited about it, and they see me respond to them and applaud them and push them a little harder when they can't do it and they finally can do it, it's like a light bulb turns on in them and they're like, I can do anything. And so we're creating a generation of, I can do whatever I set my mind to. I can do anything if I work really hard to do it. So that dance is bigger than dance. It becomes a part of who you are, of your being, anything I want to do.
Miss Keisha is a great teacher. She helps us if we have questions. She spends a lot of time with us. She's just a great teacher.
All right, time steps. Number 1, number 2, and number 3. Remember, when I put my hands up, what are you supposed to do? Thank you.
I choreograph in the moment, and I play off of the dancers as well. So one of the dances was a lyrical piece from the comp team, and I literally choreographed that for all of their different personalities. I asked them what they were good at. I took notes. I had them show me what they were good at. In the beginning, Chelsea does this handstand thing. That's hers. That's what she wanted to do. Then Tanaya comes out and joins her with the leg lift. That's theirs. That's what they wanted to do. They both know how to do back walkovers. My daughter does a lot of emotional. So when she came out, she was the emotional dancer. That particular dance was all about them and their strengths, showing what they were strong at. So my choreography personally, it just is in the moment and I make it up as I go.
Miss Keisha basically just told me to just go for it, the aerial, and then I could do it. So then I was like, okay. And then I just did it. I felt elated.
I'm looking forward to continuously growing, getting more students, especially from the community that we're in. Most of the time we spent in Detroit when I had my first studio. So being in Livonia is new, it's a new territory, so we're trying to get our feet wet out here. My dancers show the world how Detroit performs by getting good grades, by being punctual to class, by coming in prepared, by dressing appropriately, by giving their all, by being exhausted at the end of each class, and recharging during the week and coming back for more every single time and giving 1,000%.
What's up, guys? Now, the Players Playhouse is one of the many venues that Cabaret 313 uses for its performances. And I'm here with the president and executive director of Cabaret 313, Ellen Nachman. How you doing, Ellen?
Great.
So tell our viewers out there a little bit about the history of Cabaret 313.
5 years ago, a lady friend of mine, Sandy Reitelman, and I realized that we both enjoyed cabaret music. Both of us hang out in New York. There's a lot of cabaret music in New York, none in Detroit. Mm-hmm. So we figured, is there a way to get cabaret into Detroit? And we realized that Detroit, well, a few years before that, but certainly 5 years ago when we started, it was coming into its own. It was rising like a phoenix rising from the ashes. And there was a lot going on here, yeah. and cabaret should be part of it. Mm-hmm. So we started a nonprofit, and people loved it.
And so what is a cabaret show?
It's an intimate evening of song and stories. Mm-hmm. Usually a theme runs through it. Theme changes depending on who the performer is, mm-hmm. but it's either the American Songbook, it's music of the 60s, music of the 70s, and it's a whole evening of a tapestry of stories and song in one evening.
And how do you get the performers to come here? What kind of performers do you even get to come here and perform cabaret?
I hang out a lot in New York, and there are a lot of cabaret places in New York, venues that have cabaret singers doing their performances. Okay. I try to keep up with that. I can't be there every week, yeah. But my appetite gets whetted basically with the things that go on in New York City and the experiences I have observing in New York City.
All right, so Alan, what is your favorite part about working here at Cabaret 313?
I love my city. Mm-hmm. And Sandy and I felt 5 years ago that to have cabaret in this city it's like a hand and a glove. Cabaret should be in Detroit.
Absolutely.
As Detroit is rising and getting more recognized. And I love being part of it. And I do it out of the love for my city.
And where can people come and see Cabaret 313 shows throughout the year? How often do they go?
We have 5 shows during the year: September, October, March, April, and May. Cabaret313.org is our website, and that's the best place to find out about it.
All right, I love the 313 part, man.
Obviously, you know why.
Absolutely. Thank you, Alan, for talking to us,
Pleasure.
man. We appreciate that.
Pleasure.
All right, guys, now let's check out some upcoming events happening in and around the D. Dances of the Philippines gives a group of Filipino-Americans a chance to connect with their heritage through music and dancing. Take a look.
Philippine dances is considered by the international audience as the most entertaining Asian dances because it's so full of variety. From Islam to tribal dances to Spanish flamenco and to the bamboo dance. With all those combined occupiers, we call them, in the Philippines, we got all the different variety of dances.
There's almost too much I've learned from not only being in the dance group and talking to some of the older members who've also lived in the Philippines, but also the dances.
I am not into history or culture, but I am now deep into the culture and tradition of the Philippines.
I got involved in the dance company because I really wanted to learn more about the Filipino culture.
They get to find out who their parents are, their roots, and when they go to their friends, they have an identity.
When I'm performing the dances, it makes me feel more myself because I know that not a lot of my friends are really involved in their culture and their background, so being in this company really helps me explore that.
And most of them are born here in the U.S., and it's such a great pleasure to be approached and say, I'd like to know about our Philippine dances because in college I don't know my identity. When I formed the Philippine Performing Arts Dance Company, there were already a group of people here who were dancing. And what we did is we announced to everyone that we were auditioning. So that created a lot of interest because they said, oh, we have somebody teaching for free, a professional former Philippine folkloric dancer.
He can do any part in any dance and he just knows them. He can do my dance, he can do the female part better than pretty much all the girls in the group, but he can really not only teaches us the moves to the dance, the history of dance, but also how we're supposed to feel during the dance. So I think we're very lucky to have him as our teacher.
What's that? April, all the way, huh? That's it, food.
I've learned from him to always do everything full out because you can only do it once, and if you practice it wrong, that's how you're going to perform it.
And of course, the most important thing that I always tell them is that be responsible in what you're doing and enjoy what you're having right now, because out there's so many Filipino-Americans or teenagers who are not in your position having this luxury of being a member of the dance company. So I say, when you look back 30, 40 years from now, you have children, and you will think, what have you learned when you were with the dance company? Self-confidence, responsibility, respect. I mean, what more can I ask?
And that wraps it up for this edition of Detroit Performs. As always, for more arts and culture, head to DetroitPerforms.org, where you'll find featured videos, blogs, and information on upcoming arts events. Also, check us out on Facebook and Twitter. I'd like to thank the Players Playhouse and Cabaret 313 for having us out to this historic venue. Until next Tuesday, get out there and show the world how Detroit performs, y'all. I'm DJ Oliver. Thanks for watching, guys.
Funding for Detroit Performs is provided by Masco Corporation is proud to manufacture innovative and environmentally friendly products for the home. Delta faucets, craft-made in Merillat cabinets, and Behr brand paints have all been designed with you in mind. Masco and its family of companies, serving Michigan communities since 1929. Funding is also provided by the Michigan Council for Arts and Cultural Affairs and the National Endowment for the Arts, and by contributions to your PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you.